Hello and welcome to Let Us Farm. My name is Emily Fonwell Oge of Let Us Farm. So today we are going to be discussing about five major things that control the growth of your catfish. If you're a catfish farmer, you notice that there are some factors, there are some things that must control the growth of your catfish. And there are five major things we are going to be discussing today. Remember, this is not the only things that control the growth of your catfish, but there are the five major things that they control the growth of your catfish. So relax, watch this video, learn something new, and then ask me question if you have any question. Don't forget, like, share our videos so that other people could see and also learn. If you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. Remember, we are not by any means marketing anything to you. No, I'm just trying to help out and let you understand some mistakes that you have been doing. And if you're having any challenge in your farm, simply do a 2 to 3 minutes video and send it to me. When you send me the video, I just look at this video and I will be able to advise you and tell you what to do to come out from these challenges. Remember, this service is free of charge. I'll be right back to discuss this. Welcome back. So, like I said, we are going to be discussing five things. Five things. Remember, it's not only five things, but for today, for this discussion, we'll be discussing five major things. If you get these five things right, guaranteed your success in the business is already looking 95% sweet. So let's go into it. The first one of these five things is having a good stock. Look, I've done many videos. I keep saying stock, 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 stock. Stock cannot be overemphasized. Some people say, oh, why do you always say stock? Is there like anything that they have to know? Have they know? Someone even sent me a message. He said, does catfish have runs? Now, let me explain it to you. What I mean by stock. Now, I'm going to play you a small clip now for you to see what someone, anyway, is a guy that I have directed many people to, how he does his rejected fish. Watch this video.
Based on the weights of fish we are trying to culture, we tend to know how many weights the fish are, the size they ought to attain within that very weight. If we could not see a fish attaining that very size, we want to handpick them and use them to feed our booster. So this is an evidence. This is a fish that we just sorted out. If you look at the quantity, there are still many more in this very bowl. But we want to use it to feed our bull stocks. So we have our bull stocks right here. So when it's a normal culture that we always do. Each time we produce fish, then this is another one I've just taken. They are very much right here. So what we do is that we use it to feed our bull stocks. So we don't allow runs to leave our farm because we are very conscious of what we produce. So that is how we go about taking care of our customers right here. So we want the farmers to enjoy the best from us. Thank you.
So you could see what the guy does with what you call runs. So I'm not saying this because I want to hype the guy, but this is just for you to understand when you are talking about stock, about what people do with stock. What you just watched in the video is him feeding his catfish, his brood stock. Brood stock is the fish you used to hatch, feeding them with runs. These runs, some people will sell these runs to you at a very cheap price. This is true. It's not as if maybe I'm trying to hype him. No, I'm not hyping him. Many people here have gotten fish through the guy. I just gave him their number. I contacted. I don't even know the transaction, but many people have gotten fish and they have sent me good results, posting good results. I've known him for more than 10 years and his results are wonderful. Now, these runs, that's why I say it that when some people think that they are smart, they end up in problem. When you go and start pricing nonsense, I don't say you should go and overprice. Always make sure that anybody you are buying your juvenile or whatever is someone you can confide in, someone that is highly recommended because of things like this. Now you can see that it's pouring what we call runs back to the brood stock. Now the brood stock will eat these fishes. So he's using it to feed them. Now, some people will actually sell these runs to you because someone asked me, said, "Is there anything like runs in catfish?" Yes, there is runs. What is runs? You may not see it, but the guy that sells fish to you sees it. When you hash fish, some fishes are actually hashed blind. They don't see, their eyes don't open. You won't see it, but they will see it. So fishes have deformity when they are hashed. You won't see it, some people they see it. So when you notice it is when you have bought these fishes as juvenile or fingerlings, when the fishes are getting to like 6 to 8 weeks, those things that you did not see start manifesting. You now see a fish that has like the body shape is crooked. They were there at when you bought them, but you did not see it because then the features were very little, so you won't see it. But the guy that is hatching the fish, he's looking at it, he's seeing it. It's something he cannot teach you because that is his job. That's where he makes money from. So he's not going to teach you how he knows the runs and things like that. He's not going to teach you. What other people use in knowing the runs is that they are always the last set after hatching. So as he keeps selling, some will never grow. He keeps trying for them to grow. He may even give them extra week, may give them up to 3 weeks extra from when he has finished selling their last set, and they still did not grow. So obviously to him, he knows that these fishes at this point cannot make it. So what he does is he calls them runs and discard them. But then some people, even at that time, what they do is because they know that there are people that want you to reduce ridiculous money. Imagine when somebody is selling something like $40 and you want them to give you a ridiculous money and you are pricing $22. That is what they sell to you. So when you now go and you're now having issues and you call them, they will tell you that it's your feed or something like that. So now, one of the 5 major things that controls the growth rate of your catfish, one is the stock. Try and get your stocking well. I did not say you must come to me, but those people that came to me, like I said, I don't hash. Even as I do everything in cat business, I don't hash because hashing is another person's job. So I don't like to dabble into everything. Controlling people to do work is not an easy thing. So I have someone that hash for me. So if you want it, I give you his contact, go and deal with him. So, but if there's any issue, I'm always here. So, like I said, one of the 5 major things that control the growth rate of your catfish is good stock. If you miss good stock and stock rubbish, well, whatever you see at the end of the day, just take it like that. Then the second thing that controls the size of your catfish is your pond. Now, some people, when they buy fishes at that juvenile, that fingerling size, they look at the fishes with the eyes that they are small. But what they don't look at the fishes is the eyes that they are big. These are 2 different variations. Now, when you look at them that they are too small and you now pack them, example, this white pond. Now, when you look at this white pond, some people go to the extent of putting 150 fishes inside this pond. And I have always said it that if you want the best of this pond, max is 50. But if you want the best inside the pond, stock 30 and compare with the person that stock 50. You will see the result. Now, there's one irony. Some people, first time they buy the pond, everything is still new in the pond. They go and overstock the pond and they get fair result. They say, oh, this guy is talking nonsense. They now repeat the second stocking and then disaster happens. They now start to wonder. They start to blame everybody, but they will never blame themselves. Even some people come to me that they have problem when I tell them that they overstock their pond. They say, no, they did not overstock their pond. That the guy they bought the fish from told them it will enter there. How? How do you reason that? You want to buy fish from someone that wants to sell his fish And I am not selling anything to you. I'm telling you that the best result here, don't go over 50. And if you do 30, it will even be better than 50, because the less they are in a pond, the bigger they will be. And I tell you that, and you go to the guy and says, no, don't mind him, put 100 there, and you put 100. And then you complain. Wait a minute, the guy selling the fish wants to sell the fish. It's simple. And sometimes I like people to always reason. He wants to sell the fish, you give him the money and he goes. So he has to give you, justify why it's not happening. He will even tell you that, look, you know what? I give you references of people I supply at the same time with you. Their own fishes are doing well. What you don't ask is, how many did those people stock and what's the size that they are using? What's the size of their pond and they're doing well? You don't ask all these questions. And then you have it back of your mind that my fishes are having problem. Please prescribe drugs. What drugs are you talking about? Sometimes it's not easy, but at the end of the day, you got to keep explaining and explaining, even without evidence. So now, like I said, your pond size matters. If you are confused on this, your pond size, use the comment section. I will always be there to help you. Ask me what, and I will be able to help you out. So I will tell you some things that will help you. Now, another thing that affects that is the type of feed. The type of feed. The type of feed you're going to use for your fishes really, really matters a lot. Now, we have various types of feed. I'm not marketing any feed, please. We have various types of feed, but then we have two categories of feed. We have the ones that are made in Nigeria and have the ones that are made outside Nigeria. Truth be told, the fishes made outside Nigeria, most of them have high proteinous content than the one locally made. But there's a problem here. When you go for 100% of those ones made outside, they're going to have problem because based on the exchange rate, the ones made outside cost more. So if you use the outside feed, you're going to spend more on your production, and that's going to increase your production cost. And when it increases your production cost, it reduces your profit margin. So what some of us do is, when you buy these fishes at juvenile, we try to boost them with the outside ones. So when we boost them with the outside ones, sometimes maximum of 2 months, some people do 1 month, some even do 2 weeks. We just boost them, then we switch to local made. Local made is not the one I made myself. Please don't get me wrong. I don't make feed for reasons that I have seen that the ones you make yourself is going to be more expensive, except you don't want quality feed. You deceive yourself, and at the end of the day, results don't lie. So I don't make my feeds. So I go for the ones that are locally made. Now somebody will be saying, oh, which of the locally made? Well, for me, I use Blue Crown. Remember, I'm not marketing any feed, so you won't see the picture of the blue, they won't see it. But I use Blue Crown. But now there are other locally made feed. In case you want to know, we have Blue Crown, we have Top, we have Vital, we have Omega, we have EcoFloat, we have many of them. They are also good. But please, in this one, there are also some individuals that manufacture their feed. I did not mention their feed name. So if you want, maybe if you know those individuals and they want to sell their feed to you, what you simply do is send me the pictures of their feed, go to where they wrote composition of those feed, snap the picture and send to me, possibly color of the feed. I will be able to look at it and advise you based on what you have sent me. I'm not a magician, so anything I'm doing is based on the communication I have with you. So some people, when they are talking to me, they lie. If you lie and you are talking to me, I'm going to give you an answer based on your lie. So unfortunately, the thing will go like that. So it may not give you the true position you want because you have started to distort information before getting it across to me. I hope that is clear. Then another thing after this feed size, remember we've talked about good stock, we've talked about size of pond, we've talked about the type of feed you use. Oh, like I was saying on the size of feed I use, what me I do to reduce cost is I use foreign feed, I use creatine actually, but we have Coppens, we have Alaqua, we have many others. So I'm saying this for you to understand, I'm not marketing for them. So what I do on those ones is I use it for 2 months. Then after 2 months, I switch to the locally produced ones like the Blue Crown I talked about, and I carry that until I sell my fish. Now, the third one is the size of feed. Look, for some reasons, some people believe that once you buy fish, you have to give them all the sizes of feed before you sell them. It's a lie. The feed size is not for you to give fishes until you sell. No, each of the feed size is according to the age of that fish. What this simply means is that a fish that is small, maybe a fish that is on juvenile, should be on 2 mm. So, but a fish that is on juvenile, you are giving it 4 mm. What happens is that some may be able to eat it, some may not be able to eat it. So what happens is at the end of the day, you're going to have variation in price, in sizes of your fish. Many of them are going to be small because they won't be able to eat it. So when you sell, you won't make profit because the one that's supposed to give you profit, they did not grow. Why they did not grow is because they did not eat food. And why they did not eat food is because you're giving the wrong size of feed. So you have to be very, very careful with the feeding size you are using, because it is this feed size you give them that will balance the growth of all the fishes you have at a particular time. Now, some people will now start asking me, oh, what is the feed size they're supposed to give their fishes? Okay, I have a video. Just go to my YouTube page and look for the best fishing sizes, best fish feeding sizes. I have it on that page. You can see it. I mentioned it, I think, up to 5 or 6 months. So, but I will still do another video where I will be able to complete it to maybe 1 year process so that you can actually follow that video anytime you need it. But go to my page, it's there. If you have any question about it, please kindly drop it on that particular video. I will respond. I have answered all questions I have on those pages. So anytime you drop any question, if I miss it that day, the next day I will surely answer you. So I would, because sometimes I'm extremely busy that I don't come online. But once I see it, or you send it direct to me, I would actually reply you once I see it on my WhatsApp. So bear with me on that. But it's there. So this your feed sizes is a very key indices in the growth rate of your fishes. If you miss it, you are wasting your time. Look, sometimes you go to feed your fishes and you put food and you see those ones that come up, they look very big. This is less than 20% of what you have in your pond. The major ones don't come up immediately, and that's what determines if you are making profit or not. Imagine if you are going to sell your fish and people that come to buy your fish now tell you that, hey, sorry, 70 or 80% of your fishes are not what we are looking for. You don't lose with that. It's just the truth. So always make sure that you balance these things so that you don't need to lose money when you are supposed to make money. Do we understand that? All right. So now, one of the last things among these 5 categories, remember I said this is not the only thing, but I'm just picking out these 5. I will still do more videos and mention more things. But if you get these 5 wrong, forget it. It will be hard for you to make profit. Very hard. I don't see any way you make profit if you miss any of these 5. So this last one is very, very important. I understand the fact that feed is very expensive. Very, very expensive. And sometimes you wonder, can you break even by feeding your fishes very well? But this is the logic. Sorry, I'm going to say something, but it's a logic. I don't mean to, abuse or insult or say anything about people that are not feeling well. But when someone is having kwashiorkor, it's as a result of malnutrition, right? Okay. And you don't expect the person to be 100% okay. Sorry, I've, using the kwashiorkor just for you to understand what I'm saying. Now, if you don't feed your fish very well, what are you going to see? Malnutrition. So your fishes can be okay. So now, how you feed your fishes really matter enough. If you feed your fishes recklessly, you are going to get a reckless result. Some people just get to the pond, they just tear the feed, go. You need to understand that fish is about patience. You get to your pond, you take your time, feed your fishes, be sure that they eat. Now, some people, for some reasons, have a theory that when your fishes, I watch videos on TikTok and I see people that just come and say, the fishes are now big, so you feed them once. Come on, that's not true. Even if the fishes are big, look, let me explain this thing. When your fishes get to a particular size, if you're feeding your fishes very well, 2 times, look, minimum of 2 times a day. Some people say when the fishes are small, you should be feeding them once. It's a lie. They need big food for super growth, energy, and everything. Now, when they are big, when they are up to 6 months, you don't still go back to feeding them once. But what happens is that because they are big, they become lazy. So you may come in the morning, let's say they were eating 4 bags before. You come in the morning, you open the food, you are giving them food. Reluctantly, they eat 2 bags. It's not that they are okay. Most of them will not even come up. They are now lazy. When you get back the second time of the day to feed, another set that did not come up that time will come and eat. But now you go and feed them once a day. What did you do? You have starved the fishes. And even as they are lazy, some of them are still active, eating twice daily. That's why when you go to some ponds to buy fish and the guy tells you that, look, what I have here, I know that my fishes here are ranging from like 1.5 kg. Then you start dragging the fish and you look at the fish and you see that some are up to 3 kg. What do you think happened? These fishes were eating. They are the shooters, so they keep eating. They are very active. That's just the truth. And those ones give you the profit base that will even overshadow what others are giving you. These are secrets of the business. Nobody will tell you this. But you see, those ones that are extremely big gives you those profits that will cover any other cost that may just have cropped up during the time of that production. So why then do you want to starve your fish? You now go, you are feeding only once because they said, who said? Once your fishes are eaten, like I said, minimum is 2 times. But if your fishes are small and you feed them twice and you come back again and they want to eat, give them. Because as they are eating it, if you measure it on scale, it will justify the means. If I'm feeding twice and I measure my fish and they are 1 kg and you're feeding 3 times and you measure your fish and they are 1.5, obviously you are seeing that the feed is there. I don't know why some of us, we don't understand. There is no particular thing that have a definite end on catfish production. Everything is always a variable because everything about agriculture, everything about human existence, they are always in variables. And so life itself is always a variable. So the same thing in this catfish business is always a variable. If this, if that, that's the variable I mean. So you have to always follow the path that you are sure that will lead you to the success you are looking for. Now, have I just, said some bogus things that we don't understand? Kindly use the comment section. And like I said, if you're having issues in your farm, simply do a 2 to 3 minutes video, send it to me. I will be able to solve your problem free of charge. If you want me to bring any topic to you, please use the comment section and I will also bring that topic to you. Until I come your way next time, my name is Emily Obe of Leros Farm. Keep farming, it's a way of life.